All right, I'm going to try and do a combo little thing. I've got this for sale on Reverb. It is a Oscar Schmidt by Washburn. Delta King. It's really dirty. I haven't polished it. I could probably polish and buff some of the scratches out of it, but it's missing the original pick guard. It's got all original components, well, except for the strings, obviously. But other than that, it's all original. I haven't changed anything. Actually, it's really easy to move this bridge up and down. I was really impressed with the bridge and the components that they used on it. Honestly, quite frankly, for the price range, I think when they came out, you know, 300 quid or something like that. I don't know what it is. It was probably $2.99, $3.99. I don't really remember, but you know, it's really a pretty fancy little instrument. I mean, it's got all the binding on it in the F holes all the way around. It does not have the binding up the neck. It's just got the dot inlays. It is a bolt-on neck, and I believe when you look at the transparent finishes, it does have a scarf joint in the neck, but it is all mahogany. Mahogany block down through the center. I have no idea what the wood laminates are for the top and the back, but it is, you know, it is an arch top in some ways, or at least it's a, not really the arch top, what do they call these? Semi-hollows. Anyway, it sounds really good, actually, to be frank with you. The neck pickup doesn't get too fluffy. That's the neck pickup, barely on 3. Anyway, it's quiet as a mouse, really. That's neck pickup all the way up on volume. Oh, helps if it was in the right range. But I don't see why. Of course, humbuckers sounds great. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm selling it. It does. It's got good components. You know, you can go through and change out all the potentiometers on your jack, which is kind of, I said it kind of like this. I didn't really want it straight up and down, but it's got a dent down here on the bottom but I mean, the jack's solid. All the components are solid. You know, you can go through and change all the pickups and all that. And honestly, you did all that. I don't know what you'd end up with. It just depends on who you are, I guess. For me, though, I really didn't find it needed a whole lot. It does lose a little bit of the top end on your neck pickup when you roll it down. This is 10. Down to about 8. Let's go back down to about 7 or 6. That's still not bad. Yeah, about halfway. So yeah, about halfway it starts to move some of the top. But that's kind of what you want anyway. Whatever suits your fancy. Anyway, it's a good guitar, man. For the price range, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it because that's none of your business. But man, it's a steal. This is the first hollow body that I've ever owned. I did some work on a buddy of mine's. He had the Epiphone Deluxe something or other, you know, with the fancy inlays on the headstock and stuff like that. It had the, not the dot inlays, but the block inlays in the neck. It was very nice, and I was really envious of that instrument when I had to give it back to him. And so that's kind of what, I'd never really played a hollow body so much. I've always done solid body guitars or acoustics, and so that, but anyway, really great guitar. And this one, honestly, playability, once I did a good setup on it, which is fantastic. Didn't do any shimming to the neck, nothing. I mean, probably from factory, it was a really great instrument. Still is. Might be able to raise the neck pickup a little bit if you want to, but they're pretty balanced right now. Today, not the old Marshall Hayes. I got a Blackheart. Got this off of a website. It's dirty and cheap and got paint all over it, and it works excellent. It's only a single channel. It just depends on what you like to do with your guitar. If you like to use 2 channels or if you like to ride your tone knob and your volume. So anyway, got the drive. Most everything's at 2 o'clock. Bass is at 11. Middle at 1 o'clock. Treble at 1 o'clock. Level at 1 o'clock. Gain on noon, and your presence on noon. I've got it set on the 15 watt version. The 7 watt version just seems so... I mean, it does get dirty a little faster, it's really not that loud of an amp anyway. It's only got this, you know, it's only got the 2 gain stages, so 2 EL84s and 2 12AX7s. I'm used to a 3 gain stage kind of thing. Anyway, I'm not really doing the amp. It's just a fun little thing to have. I kind of like it. So I'm going to do the guitar, and then I picked up a solid state Sears 10BXL. It's a bass amp with only volume and tone on it. And I haven't run humbuckers through it yet, but I'm going to. I just want you to hear how that is. It's in pristine condition. $20 bill, and it's, you know, crappy old cab, but it's in fantastic shape. And it's fun to have. You can really get some good chrome or cut and cry out of it because it's a single 8-inch speaker. Takes pedals well. Speaking of, what I'll be using is I'm just clean straight in right now. I will be using a boost pedal, something with, you know, 3 gain and output around 3, treble up about noon. So anyway, just wanted to give you some ideas about how so this is tone and volume all the way up. Bridge pickup. Neck pickup, where are we at on that? Okay, we're gonna go about 8 on both. Some stuff behind there. Anyway, yeah, it's got a lot of bass end in there. Sounds pretty good though. Roll that off the volume a little bit. Down to the neck or bridge pickup. We're going to gain it a little bit, probably a lot, not really. How fun is that? I don't think I've ever had that feedback before. I don't think I've ever played humbuckers through it before. Neck pickup. I really want to turn the gain up, but I'm not. For anybody that wants to learn how to play lead, and if you don't know how, they're going to sell you all kinds of stuff online. Oh, you don't need to know modes, you don't need to know, you know what, and trust me, it's so helpful if you do. But if you can count to 3, which I can't even hold it with my pick in my hand, if you can count to 3, you can play a lead. Let's say we're in the key of A. We're going everywhere with this. We're going everywhere with this. So let's say you're in the key of A. And you want to play typical A minor pentatonic, right? Fine. But there's a way you can do it, the same scale. You're combining all the boxes. How do you do that? Let me show you the easiest way in the world. You go to your root note, or your tonic note, right? I'm going to crank that up. Your tonic note, that's your A. Okay, so you're at your tonic note. Go one full step above, which is G. Play your tonic. G, 1, 2. So if you can count to 3, remember it's just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Go down one full string, one string, same 3 and 5. 1, 2, 3, and then just slide into your, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That was loud. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then you got it, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you're taking the, anytime you start with a 1, 2, depending on what key you're in. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, on the next string down. 1, 2, 3, next string down. And then you gotta, you know, because it's the way the scales are written, you gotta go to the next. So you're on 8 and 10 instead of 7, 9. So 5, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10, 12. That's your full scale. And then all you have to do, that's A. If you want to be in B, so if you start out on 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on the next string. On the next string again, 1, 2. Next string up. And then it's just finding where to bend, right? Which you can bend anywhere. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess if you want to do it in 5, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And whatever tickles your toes. And then you can bend anywhere along it. Anyway. Any key, just start out with a tonic. So in the key of D. Then it's easy, but then you just figure out where your D's are. Here's D. Here's D. Here's D. Here's D. Oh, wrong. No, where the heck is that next D at? Way too far up here. Yeah. Anyway, so here. So knowing where those are is helpful if you're in a key of D. In the key of A, just know where your roots are. Know where your tonics are. But easiest way in the world to play. Now you're still doing the pentatonic box. Let's say we're back to A again, right? I'm sorry. That box into so we can still use the pentatonic box instead of just going here. You can go here. Add that extra note in there. And then know your blues scale is just adding that. Those extra notes in there. Anyway, so you can still use it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, bend to 3, back to 2, and then you can bend that 2 up to the 3, catch these other 2. Sounds great. The amp sounds really good. I had to replace some tubes in it. It was really weak. Anyway, so my God, we're covering a lot of stuff. Okay, we're gonna move on to this other little amp. I'm gonna go ahead and try it, just because it's fun and it's on. It's a little loud. It's a little noisy. You can kind of hear it. I don't know if. Anyway, I'll go ahead and tilt that down a little bit. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Anyway. Bridge pickup. Volume's on like 7, 8 now, and the tone's on 8. That might be too much for it. Actually, we're just going to crank it all the way up. This is maxed out on everything. 20 bucks. It gets its own distortion. I'm sorry, it gets its own distortion based on the fact that it's just overdrive those little transistors, and kind of a fun little thing to play. Anyway, if you find one, pick one up. I picked it up for $20, and the thing's almost brand. You know, it's late 70s. It looks fantastic, and just a fun little practice amp to have around. So anyway, I hope everybody. I don't know what the heck I was doing, but anyway, this is a great little guitar. Go ahead and pick it up. I know it doesn't say Gibson across the headstock. I know it's a bolt-on, but for 250 bucks, guys, who cares what other people think? As long as you're enjoying it. Oh, there's a ding on this that I didn't notice. I didn't take pictures of that. So there's a ding on that side, and I think there's a ding down towards the bottom. So anyway, yeah, it's got its dings and dents, but it sure sounds pretty fantastic. Give it a whirl. Actually, if you don't want it, I mean, it's worth keeping it. I didn't pay much for it, so it's worth it. Keeps tuned pretty well. Anyway, have fun. God bless. Take care. Stay safe. All right? Bye-bye.